Almighty morning, everyone. I did not do my usual stuff, but I do see the notifications are going out. For some reason, I couldn't upload your picture, and I always upload a picture, so I'll have to add your what was it going? No, I that's weird. Your picture is on Restream, but it is not on my advertisements, so I do apologize for that.
No
Okay,
worries.
and welcome everybody. Welcome in. We got people coming in. Great. Okay. This is Rosalba Rose Perez. So welcome in. And she is the Moringa lady here in Arizona. She grows everything Moringa and does so much Moringa and teaches about it. And she does other things as well. Please look at her bio on the description. And I met her at Southwest Herbs. Now, Southwest Herbs has been there for many years. It's on center in Mesa between basically Main Street and University. So that's a definitely a great place to go. Now, what's the what is the schedule, or when is it opened? Southwest Herbs.
It's open Tuesday through Saturday. They're closed Sundays and Mondays, and I believe they're open from 10 to 3.
10 this way.
Mm-hmm.
Is that on Saturday? Because I thought they, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're open till 5 on most weekdays. I'll have to
Perhaps they are, yes. So, yes. Okay. So, I think they do close at 3 on Saturdays. I'm there usually on Saturdays. I help volunteer. And so that's right. I think they are open till 5 during the weekdays.
okay. And what do they call it? You are an apprentice there. Is that correct?
Yes. 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 Actually got my certification there in 2015. And it was until I would go in to visit often. And it was, I believe it was last September, I decided to go say hi and found out that there was new owners. And um, I know that were you friends with Kathy? Did you know Kathy?
I didn't know Kathy. Well, I'd seen her there, of course. I've been there, so I had seen her. However, a friend of mine got her certification, like you did, from Kathy, and I think it was one of Kathy's last classes.
Oh,
So she's very proud of the fact that Kathy signed her certificate.
oh yeah, same here. So yeah, she did pass last year, and so a lot of our us apprentices, we decided to just. It seemed like if it was her spirit calling us all back, because a few of us that hadn't visited in a very long time all decided to come back, and so now we're all at the shop helping out and having a great time, having fun, and yeah, I've been there every Saturday, and so that's how we met, like you said, and so yeah,
Yeah. And Cheryl's the manager right now. So
correct.
she does a very good job at keeping things going and in the spirit of Kathy. So she has started up the class again,
Yes.
and find out it's a little different than when Kathy was there, because Kathy did everything. Now
Yeah.
she has to get people to work and teach the class. So,
Yeah, and it's going really well, actually. We're about to finish the fifth week of this last class this coming Saturday. And so I believe the next one starts at the end of March. I'm not too sure, but you could find all that on Southwest Herb Shop's website.
yeah. Yeah, they do have a lot of things there, but I would encourage anybody in the area to go into Southwest Herbs um, Tuesday through Saturday. Saturday gets very busy, just so you know, it gets very busy. But um, throughout the week, it can be busy or not. And they have so many herbs. It's just all over the place. They have blends, they have tinctures, they make their own. products as well. They have some outside products, but all of a sudden I hear sounds. Okay. But okay, now introduce yourself. How did you get to this point?
Ooh, okay. It's been a journey. So I believe it started right after my dad passed in 2013. That was a really hard experience for me. I was daddy's girl, and I just was helping him throughout his illness and just being in and out of hospitals and facilities. And I just thought should be a better way, a more compassionate way of how to treat people that are have illnesses, and I just the nutrition that he was being served, and I just know that there has to be a change, and I'm sure it's the same in a lot of the facilities. That was 2013, but I just feel really bad that they're not given that same compassion that we all deserve, at that age. So I started searching and just trying to find natural ways to, like, okay, he had diabetes. What diet should have, he been consuming, and so that just led me into herbalism. I ended up finding Southwest Herb Shop, and in 2015 I got certified, and since then I've just immersed myself in all kinds of healing modalities, not just herbalism, but I also decided to take the Master Gardener program with U of A, and so I was in Maricopa, but now I'm in Pinal County, and it's just been wonderful. I'm a Gemini, so I'm doing a lot of herbalism, a lot of gardening, and sometimes I just don't know, like, okay, what exactly am I doing here? But within the last 2 years, I can say that, like, everything has just kind of come together, the gardening and the herbalism, and just putting all the pieces together. And so my mom gifted me some seeds, some moringa seeds, back in 2019, and I planted these trees, and without knowing that they were that it was known as the tree of life. So with a lot of research and respect and just the knowledge of it all, I just began to use it as medicine for myself, for my family, and eventually I just started sharing it with the community, and at the garden where a lot of elderlies are, like the elderly people, they were just interested in the moringa in the capsule form, and so I've been just supplying that. They call me their herbal dealer now, or moringa lady. But yes, I just have a lot of faith in the moringa tree. I mean, along with all other herbs that can be beneficial, I just have a lot of faith in the tree. They call it the miracle tree. But it's only a miracle tree if you have a balanced life. And there's just a lot of areas in your life that we need to work on. There's no herb or any kind of plant medicine that's going to heal you unless you have all the healing modalities, whether it be like your relationships or your spiritual connections, what you consume daily, all that, sunlight, everything, all of that brings you into balance. And along with something like moringa, which gives you a lot of nutrition and vitamins, that could totally help with healing. So I don't feel that plant medicine is just the only answer. I feel that is just a big answer, but at the same time, you do have to incorporate everything else that you do in your life, So yes, that's why I was talking to you. We were talking about Ayurveda earlier. So I'm an Ayurveda a student, and I just love the ancient history of it, because they just emphasize how important it is of your overall wellness, your daily balance of what you do. And so it's not easy. It's not easy, but if you do incorporate good food and relationships and laughter and everything else, you can really find balance and healing. in a natural way. Yes.
And I just want to put, I think I'm spelling it right. I have your have your card here that helps me spell it. And
I
her website is on the description as well. So please take a look at that. And I have it up here too. And oh, thank you, Bonnie, for sharing that. Appreciate. We've got a bunch of people coming in. All right. So did you know about moringa before 2019 when your mother gifted you the seeds? Did you know
I
that?
did not. No, no. She decided we share seeds all the time, and she decided to give me these seeds, and I planted them, and I got 5 beautiful trees out of them. And once I started doing all the research and testing it and using it for myself, then I thought, wow, this is awesome. I'm going to use this. They say that one full size moringa tree is good enough. It's like enough for a family of 5 per year as a multivitamin. So I've been incorporating it in with my family, whether it be teas or the kids don't really love it. I have a few grandchildren as well, and they don't love it. So I make lollipops and to try to get the, or make a little tea and put a little bit of honey in it. And sometimes they'll take a few drinks of it, but I try to always add some type of moringa to our diets. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned in 2021, I was super sick for some reason. I had no idea because I've always been a healthy person, thankfully, and I had breast implant illness, and so that was something that I had no idea was a thing. And so I went to several doctors and had blood work, and everyone told me that I was just fine. But I ended up seeing a post on YouTube. There was hundreds of thousands of women just complaining about like all the symptoms that they had, and I was like, this is it. So without anyone instructing me to do so, I went and had them removed, and I just got my nutrition back with good food and moringa and any other kind of herbs that I have here. And so I do have a lot of faith in plant medicine. I didn't go anywhere else to get healed. I was able to do that from my home. And so that's why I have so much faith in it. And also just feedback from customers. Some of the customers say it gives them better rest at night, more energy. And so, yes, I have people that buy it from me monthly, and I'm just really excited about it. I just love to share all about it. It's been here for thousands of years, so it's nothing that's new. It's just a lot of people already know about moringa. It's a superfood, but there's a lot of people that don't. And so that's why I'm here to share.
Wow. So something very strange happened. So I'm taken aback by it. So I want to, oh my goodness. My personal page is live now. It hasn't been done that in about a year. So anyway, sorry about that. I was just.
Is that a good thing or bad thing?
That's a good thing. It's like, what? Okay. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. So I can share it wherever. Okay. Now, did you document what saved you?
I didn't document, but I do know what, like, you mean the plant medicine while I was ill, what I was consuming.
What you did to heal yourself.
I just knew, just because I had already taken the herbalism in 2015. So I knew, for example, every time I felt nauseous, I'd reach for ginger. If I've had like any kind of chest pain, I'd go for cayenne just because it's good for the circulatory system. And like I said, moringa, just to build myself back up and get myself some nutrition. Lemon balm when I had anxiety. Just so many things every time. And so that's how I remember a lot of the herbs, is just because that's what helped heal me. And I knew what didn't work, what worked, what didn't work. And so that's how I was able to learn, is through experience, just, on my own. So that's why I know, and I have a lot of faith in some of these in plant medicine, just because I know that it's helped me. I haven't had health insurance in over 25 years. No one in my family has, thankfully. And, we've just taken care of ourselves at home. And, obviously if there's some kind of infection or something that I haven't been able to like help my family with, we've gone to, to get a prescription, but hardly ever. Like, we do all that from home. Kids are sick, go outside and get some sun, take off your shoes. Here's, this kind of, tea or remedy or lollipop or just whatever it is. And I think with a lot of faith and our creator as well, just having that, that faith in that everything's going to be okay. I think that just has a lot of, it's just your mindset that has a lot to do with healing as well. So, yeah.
Well, I would love to encourage you to write down your experience, because what you did for yourself, other people can take encouragement from it and learn from that, and also get a hold of you and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. What do you suggest? So there might be mentorships in this for you, and all to help people learn. And yes, I know you're instructor on a lot of things, and your class is coming up again, April 11th. It's a Saturday. But I would encourage you, to write it down so you can share that. It's part of what we do here at Communication and Connections. It's connect, share, and inspire. And you're healing yourself. To me, is such an inspiration that you could do it with the knowledge you had, because this was after your certification. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, it was.
But you could also go back to Southwest and talk to everybody there and get their suggestions too, if you need. But I know you. Do you grow all the herbs that you've talked about?
I don't grow all of the herbs. I do grow some, peppermint leaf, lemon balm. I have a 16 by 20 garden house that has a swamp cooler, because you need a swamp cooler here in Arizona. There's a lot of beautiful gardens, but I was not successful without the swamp cooler in my yard. So I love my little house. It's where I go for self-reflection, and I sage my little area with, I have a lot of cacti and a lot of plant medicine that, and a great big sign that says pharmacy, because that's the pharmacy that I know of. That's the pharmacy for my family, at least. And so, yes, I'm just so grateful for all that. Some of the herbs that I cannot get my hands on or grow, or that aren't good for our climate, I will order from organic sources. Just like Star West Botanical, and some of the stuff that Southwest Herb, they order from really good suppliers. And so that's where I order from as well. But if I don't have any kind of a certain kind of herb or plant medicine, I definitely can get my hands on it. Or if there's some particular ailment that I'm not familiar with, I could also get help with that as well and get good information.
And like you said, you do a lot of research on it too. So you know what you're doing by the time you apply that in practice.
Yes, I do a lot of research. One thing that I do tell a lot of people is that, herbalism isn't just about putting a bunch of herbs together and here you go, this is just medicine, it's going to work. Like, I really do my research. Like, for example, when I make some of my products, one of my newest products is a moringa and dandelion body soap. And so what I did is I did research on it, and I found that the dandelion, it's just a natural detox. The dandelion detoxes from within. And so I decided to add dandelion, and then I also added the moringa. So the moringa nourishes and puts all that vitamins and minerals back in the body. I also put in a little bit of tea tree oil, just very little, and only because it's purifying, it's fresh and cleansing properties. And so everything that I do is with intention. Some of the herbs that I put in there is just because I know what I like. I like good quality products, and so that I make sure that I incorporate a lot of the stuff that I like, that I know. I wanted to share this as well. This is a creosote. Are you familiar with creosote? The creosote bush here.
I was going to say, in Arizona, you can smell creosote.
Yes,
The rain and all.
as soon as
Yeah.
you it smells like the rain, like desert rain, and everyone
Yes.
loves that. And so I did make a creosote body soap, and it's an exfoliator. So what I did is I intentionally left some of the plant matter on the bar so that you could actually exfoliate your entire body with it. So you're actually exfoliating with creosote. Has tea tree, and one of my things is that I believe that our bodies adapt to the environment that we're in. So it's really important, for us to use, a lot of the plant medicine that's here in the desert. For us, it just makes sense, and so I believe like the desert cacti, they have to be really strong, resilient in order to thrive here in our climate. And I feel that that's the same with us as well. So if we're incorporating this plant medicine.
Okay. She's frozen. Am I frozen?
With any kind of.
Okay. You froze there for a second. So, hello, Shauna. Hello, Miss Shauna. Yeah. And Shauna Sellers also makes products for your body. And yeah, some crystal enthused, maybe all of them. But I've interviewed her as well. So I just want to point her out because she does what you do, but in Florida. She used to live here in Arizona. So, but she's not as much of an herbalist, no, but she definitely makes products there. So welcome in. What was I going to? I like the fact that you mentioned that you need to use local plants and herbs in your area, because I know they say that about honey. Honey is very important that if you buy honey, you use what is in your area. Don't buy imports. And I would also encourage you to make sure that it is only in glass, because that way it's more pure and it doesn't have petroleum products in it for the honey. Now, as far as the herbs and stuff, do you use most of what you can get here? The only time you use outside is when you need it but can't get a hold of it here, correct?
Yes, correct. And another thing that I do is I make sure that a lot of the products, like for example, soap bases, instead of using any kind of soap base that isn't healthy for us, I lean towards coconut oil base or jojoba. So the jojoba bush here is abundant here in the Mojave Desert, and I just love jojoba oil. It's a lightweight, rich moisturizer. It works well with my body. I mean, everyone has different skin types, we just have to try what's best for us. But like I said, since we adapt to our environment and it's just a dry climate, I feel like we need a lot of moisture, and especially to try to stay youthful and, so I put it in a lot of, I make facial soaps out of flowers as well. So I make sure to put a good moisturizer so that we're all nice and fully moisturized from head to toe. So I just love just incorporating a lot of the desert plants here. I just feel like I'm always barefoot in my backyard. I have a nice backyard. It's a half an acre, but it's just, there's a lot of dirt, but we love it. We run in it, play in it. And I think that, the plants and the trees and the dirt just all inspired me just to be one with the plants. I think that's really important.
And what are the flowers you use?
So now I've currently been playing a lot with roses, rose petals, butterfly pea flowers. I make a butterfly pea flower and myrrh resin facial soap for women. It's a beauty soap. I've been working with nasturtium flowers as well. Those are edible. The nasturtium flowers are edible. They have contain a lot of vitamin C. So the flowers as well, that they could not only be good for us internally, but externally. So even moringa flowers as well. You can also add those to your tea. They contain vitamins, minerals. So yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. I just love playing with the flowers. My mom also, she has a garden, so she'll like, once she has all her flowers going, she'll collect them in a little jar for me. And so yeah, she'll share her flowers with me so I can make some of my products. So it's a small business, and I make small batches, but it's made with a lot of love and care and intention. So I think that's really important.
Yeah. And I am not highly, I have adverse reactions to a lot of oils. I have not tried jojoba yet. And being here for as long as I have, not my lifetime, just a very long time, um, I feel that probably jojoba and a few others might work better for me.
Oh, definitely try it.
Okay.
Definitely try it. At least, test it out, see how it works for you. Maybe, are you here from Arizona?
I was not born in Arizona, but I
Okay.
have been here
Long enough.
very long time. Yes.
Okay. Another thing, I'm not sure if you're familiar with castor oil. Everybody knows about castor oil.
Doesn't
No,
work for me.
does
Castor
not.
oil, avocado oil, olive oil. Um, I have tried so many, apricot oil. Nothing works for me. It all has an adverse reaction. I
Wow.
damaged my skin a long time ago when I was much younger. So yeah, it hasn't forgiven me. So I have to find what's local. I'm sure something local will help me much better.
Yes, I definitely try the jojoba oil. It's like I said, it's just a lightweight, but it's rich and rich moisturizer. It just works well, and especially like I said, it's just a dry desert. We have to just incorporate anything that we can, like keep hydrated or whatever it is that we're putting on our skin, on our hair. All that is super important, especially for us women that we try to stay pretty as long as possible. We want to, and so yeah, I really have a lot of faith in jojoba oil as well, and castor oil. Castor oil. I know it doesn't work for you, but
It does
castor
work for a
oil,
lot of people. It does.
it does, and a lot of it does have a lot of medicinal properties as well. Castor oil. I like to mix castor oil with a lot of my products just because it penetrates. That's one of the plants that penetrates deeper, so at least 6 to 7 layers more than any other moisturizer. So castor oil will pull in that plant medicine that you want, so it can get down to a lower level and be able to heal you from within.
Now, Arizona has a lot of aloe. Do you use aloe at all?
I do use aloe. I use aloe, just as everyone else knows about it. It's good for burns, and I actually during the summer, what I do is I get aloe and I'll get it all together and mix it up and put it inside a little like ice cube trays.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so since I garden outside a lot and it's so hot here during the summer, I'll get some of the aloe, and I have a freezer inside, a little fridge inside my garden, but I'll have the ice trays of the aloe, and then I can just hydrate with that and put it all over my face. It melts in a matter of seconds, but it's just really hydrating. You could also put it in the little frozen aloe and stick it in a cup of water and drink it. And so if you get a hold of aloe, just get it, save it up, freeze it, and use it as you need it. So yes, it is very abundant here in Arizona.
And so you make your own out of the plants you have?
Yes, I do. Mhm, I do. I have friends in Apache Junction who own properties, and they also have a lot of plant medicine that they don't work with. And so a lot of them will call me and Rose, and I'll just get in my truck and go pick up whatever it is that they don't need. Any, aloe, creosote. I had a friend bring in jojoba oil seeds, mushrooms. I have a lot of friends that are very generous and able to donate that stuff to me.
One other seed, I don't know how prevalent it is here in Arizona. I know I've grown it, and that's black seed, which is cilantro seeds.
Cilantro seeds, yes, cilantro. Yeah, it has so many benefits. Cilantro does have so many benefits. I do grow it and I use it for culinary purposes. But I do know cilantro does have a lot of medicinal purposes as well. A lot of times we just don't know what we have in our own cupboards that are just so healing. Thyme, cloves, cinnamon, good for the heart, circulatory system. There's so many items that we do have that we don't need to just run to the doctor for, minor things. We can take care of ourselves, and if we have to go through a little bit of pain as well, that's what I tell my children. You don't just get a cough and run to the doctor. Let's try to take care of it at home, or, and first we figure it out. We'll do castor oil, we'll do compresses, and just anything to do to try to get better. Peppermint oil under the feet, just you have a fever or headache, put peppermint oil on your head. So my kids are all trained now, my older kids as well. They're like, I have a headache, where's the peppermint oil? Or if they have an infection, we'll use oregano oil, which is a great antibiotic as well. So
now Victor is in Sweden, and he says his wound cleaner that they use is named frog leaves, drying them and using them to clean wounds with. So,
oh wow,
I'm not sure what frog leaves are. I'll have to check that. I know I've looked at it before, but if it would be the same as here now
to clean wounds. Yeah, I'm not familiar with frog leaves.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. And all of a sudden, I can't remember the other name for cilantro. Coriander. Yes, coriander.
Okay.
So that's another one. That's the English version of cilantro. Yes. I was in Prague one year, and they had coriander soup. It's like, okay, I'll try it. And they had cilantro on top of it. And that's when I knew. I checked it out, and it was the same thing. So I thought that was, it's like, I'm so used to it here. But yes, it has so many different.
You're so used to adding it into your tacos and all your Mexican dishes. And
actually, these days I go out and I'll buy, whether I'm buying flat leaf parsley or cilantro, because I need greens, and I'll just add it to salad, whichever one or both of them, it doesn't matter, because they do different things, but just having extra greens really does help. It does.
Definitely. Or moringa leaves. Add moringa leaves to your salad mix. You're getting all that nutrition.
Yes. I haven't tried fresh moringa leaves. I'll have to do that. I did want to show that I do pick up moringa and I do it grounded, and it is great in smoothies. It changes the color, so if it gets a little weird in color for you, just know that it's good medicine and not have to worry about it. Because it kind of gives it off. I mean, it's basically the same color here, kind of a muddy green, but it definitely helps. And I took it for a heart, and now I don't have. I'm much better. No high blood pressure, anything like that. So moringa's helped out a lot.
Definitely. It's good for high blood pressure, to lower your blood sugar. And there's just so many ways that you can actually use the moringa. In capsule form, there's people that cannot stand like the taste of it. It just has this leafy green grassy taste to it. And so that's why a lot of people prefer it in capsule form. I don't mind the taste at all, so I just drink mine in a nice little warm cup of water and drink it. I don't need it in capsule form. There's a lot of people who also they consume the seeds. So these are the moringa seeds. This is what the moringa seed looks like. And so what you do is that you actually just you're able to open the seed, and inside the shell there's just this little white cute seed.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah. So there's a lot of people that I know of that get the seed and swallow it. I don't do that, and I don't recommend it, only because of the fact that it just takes longer for your digestive system to break it down. It might get stuck somewhere. I just don't like the idea of putting anything hard in my body. So I do tell people, just chew it. Don't take it like a capsule. Just chew it up. And it does have this, some of them are really good, and they have this little sweet little taste to it. It's not bad at all, but you can, eat the seeds. I know the other night when we were online, someone had mentioned that you can eat all parts of the moringa tree.
Right.
There are parts of, I don't work with the roots. I know that I don't suggest using the roots. They may in other countries, but they do say it can be toxic somewhat. And I don't see the purpose of it, just because the moringa leaf is the one that holds the most nutrition. Even aside from the seeds, it's just the leaf is what contains the most nutrition. So leaves, flowers, some of the stems, I also leave them inside. Some of them.
Is there a fruit? I've been told there is a fruit, or is that just the seed?
So no, they produce a pod, a long green pod. I wish we would have had one here, but they produce a long green pod which has all of the seeds inside of the pod, and you can actually use the pods, and you can use this for use them as food. There's people that make pestos and dips and sauces and all. You can use that. I don't cook with it as much, but you find there's a lot of recipes online where you can use the moringa pods and cook with them. And like I said, I usually just use the leaves. I like it nice and fresh, and I don't cook with it, but there's just a lot that you can do with the moringa trees. So just having one in your yard, I mean, it's medicine, it's nutrition. It's just really good for you. You can also do foot soaks with the moringa leaves. If you have enough fresh moringa leaves, you can put it in hot water, put your feet, in there, and just, do a 20-minute soak. It just releases a lot of vitamins and minerals. And since the bottom of our feet have, the biggest pores in our body are at the bottom of our feet, you get all that nutrition as well. So if you don't want to consume it, there's a lot of other ways that you can get it in, whether it be through soap. I mean, you're not going to get all the nutrition through soap, but you are giving your skin some love with something like this. Yeah.
And I know all your stuff is available on your website.
It is. A lot of the stuff, it's a pretty new website. So as time, when time permits, I'm able to add things to it. So I'm planning on adding a lot more of the products that I do have, but anyone could just contact me directly or send a message on my website. And like I said, if I don't have the particular herb or something you're looking for, I could either make it or get a hold of it, or send you and recommend the person that can help you with that as well.
Now, the products, I know you have it online, but do you have it anywhere else? Do you do markets, that sort of thing?
I do. And I just began doing that. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. But I began doing that in December over at Southwest Herb Shop. So they've been doing vendor markets. So it's a new thing. We had 2 already, and then there's one April 18th over at Southwest Herb Shop.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have my table there. I believe it was the last vendor event where I saw you. And so I'll have my table there, and have a lot of different desert-inspired powders and herbs: mesquite powder, yucca root, prickly pear cactus. I'll also have a lot of the sage, the palo santos, and a lot of the smudging. I do believe in and smudging and clearing our energy. And so I do have some of those. You could pick those up anywhere, but I also have that and like to have that just, like I said, just a overall, just have all types of healing modalities and be able to provide that for everyone, you know, that way they learn how to take care of themselves. I mean, we can do that ourselves, you know, it's just, yeah. And trust that you can do that. Trust that and have the faith, because when you take any kind of medicinal herb or plant medicine or anything that you're doing, if you don't have a lot of faith in it, I believe it's not going to work. You know what I mean? So a lot of it has to do with, you know, how we think about it, how much faith we have in it, what we're, you know, all that just has a lot to do with it, along with, you know, prayer, you know, it's just all that just is really important for us. And I don't think that a lot of sometimes with in the medical industry, they don't tell us that, you know, we don't know. Not that I want to talk about that, like, you know, open anything up and but I do feel that, like I said, we can take care of ourselves in a lot of different ways.
And you had mentioned, whoops, something, a problem with connection, and the chat went off. Hopefully it'll be back in a minute. You talked earlier about something, and I went blank. That everybody can heal themselves, yes, and having the faith that it will work is very important. But also feeling right about it. I mean, having faith, yes, but if it resonates with you, like if you reach for something, we'll just say peppermint, and for some reason it's like, no, 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 I don't want peppermint today. Well, look around and see what resonates with you at that time. Because I love peppermint and I'll use it all the time. And you said that. Also, I wanted to touch base. You had said moringa helps with uh, that moringa helps with sugar, blood sugar. Cinnamon does too.
Yeah.
And cinnamon is so great with pest control. So cinnamon is something prominent in my house. I always have cinnamon. If I see ants, I grab the cinnamon and I go outside and get rid of the ants. Doesn't kill them.
I didn't know that. And it's funny that you're even mentioning this, because just yesterday I had a conversation and someone said, put cinnamon all inside your garbages outside. Like, I'll put it throughout, it'll keep all the, and I didn't know that. So that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome to know. I didn't know about that.
And there's rituals too, that putting salt down and different things like that. But one of them is to blow cinnamon into your house for abundance, to bring in abundance. And when I started doing that, because you have to leave it for 24 hours. It's not something you blow in and you sweep up. No, you leave it for 24 hours. And as soon as I started that, there are no ants in my house.
Wow.
None whatsoever. So I keep it up. You know, it's a good thing to use. So I'm glad that they're telling you to do it in your garbage cans. I hadn't even thought about that, really. I usually don't get them. Well, since I've been using it as a ritual, I don't have to more than more. So, it looks like we're gonna get. Okay, you got frozen again. What were you just saying?
To buy the cinnamon powder in bulk so we can use all over our house.
Yes. Is there a way? Please let me know where I can do that, because I'm so used to getting the ones from Costco or something. And yeah, I'd rather have a block of cinnamon or something. I think it would be much easier. And I don't know if we have to go through Southwest Herbs on that, but go through you, because I would definitely.
Then we find that out, and I'll definitely let you know. Yes, and especially since the summertime is starting, there are a lot of the ants are starting to come back in, and so definitely going to do that.
And oh, I don't know about these. Tiny beetles. Are you talking about the roly-polies? I tried peppermint and other oils. I believe the tea tree oil may be working. Okay, we shall see. Um, Also, mosquitoes. Cinnamon will kill, well, peppermint too, but cinnamon will kill the larva. So if you have any standing water, pour cinnamon in it as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
cayenne pepper, cayenne pepper as well. Just as the cinnamon works, the cayenne pepper works. It may help with the beetles as well. So cayenne pepper is really good to any kind of critters that you may have. So I do know cayenne pepper works the same.
And it helps with internal critters too. We can't say the other word because we get dinged for that sometimes. So I just want to let you know that cayenne helps with that. I have 5 C's that I add to that I roast my pepitos with, and that is if I can remember, cayenne. I'm trying to do it in alphabetical, but I don't think I will. Cinnamon, cloves, cumin, and cardamom. Those are the 5 C's that I add to different snacks because it helps your body cleanse yourself of internal critters.
Yes.
So, do you use any of those?
I sure do. I sure do. I use not all together like you do, but I do. It's like you said, the internal critters. There's a lot of things that we can, a lot of things that we can do for that. So, yeah, it's just research. Everything's out there for us. It's just you have a question on anything, we're able to now just find all that information ourselves. And it just takes people like us to like share that information with others for them just to get that idea or just to look into it. And so I think that's why I had thought about the interview and I'm like, am I going to have enough to share? But I feel like I do, and I have much more. And I hope I'm able to get used to something like a platform to be able to talk more and to educate people. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm bilingual, so I'd love also to help with share that information with Spanish-speaking clients as well. I think it's so important for us as a whole just to help each other heal. I think that we really need that right now. So.
And Harley, if you have any questions, you can put them in Spanish. I'll post it for her. Her English is perfect too, but she likes to use Spanish as well. Does anyone have any tips to repel mice? Yes, peppermint. Peppermint, they can't stand peppermint. I've used it, my brother's used it. It works very nicely. And you can get cotton balls and soak them in peppermint oil. My brother uses essence of peppermint. I don't really, I do use essential oil and it works so much better. Um, Harley does this. She's smiling. And I've asked her to come to Tuesday so you guys can talk. She missed you Monday. She would
Okay.
love to talk to you on Monday, Harley, because Harley is our Spanish speaking medium. She does a really good job and she relays it exactly the way the spirit gives it to her.
Wow.
So, I mean,
I would
speaks.
love to meet her.
And I'm sure she'll ask for your information. And her information is in the description, so you can get a hold of her. Her phone number, her email, and her website. And, yeah. So we keep somebody's messing with the internet around here. Okay, but that's great. And I don't know if you talked to Don, but he has written 2 books in Spanish. One is The Mediums. He's got the Spanish version, and he
Oh,
also his hi KK, his grandson Liam. He has Prince Liam's Alphabet Zoo. He's done that in English and in Spanish as well. So
Wow. I didn't know he was bilingual.
he isn't, but they have a bilingual family.
Okay.
His husband is from Puerto Rico,
Mm.
and so they have a bilingual family. Yeah,
No, I love that.
yeah, yeah. So he'll be doing more of those things in Spanish as well. Both of them. Yeah. Okay. What else? So 19th. What you were mentioning your father and what he was dealing with, the diabetes, and but you did not learn until moringa until after that. So, what have you learned about moringa and diabetes? Because we have a lot of people I know that have that. So, what do you suggest on moringa and diabetes?
Well, moringa is known to lower blood sugar, which that is the main benefit of it for diabetes. Um, along with it being so nourishing and adding all the minerals and vitamins in the body that just to make you stronger, it does lower the blood sugar. I do have a cousin of mine who has been taking it for a year now, and he is diabetic, and that's something that he just does every day. I mean, that's just his ritual every morning. He makes his big mason jars full of tea leaves, and he's doing really well. And he tries to, have balance in his life, but the moringa is really helping him in that way. So I wish I had known about it. I wish I had known more about diet, nutrition, other herbs, or make salves. Every time my father was, in nursing homes, and he would get sores from just lying there all day. I mean, I wish now that I can give him one of my salves and just, use it on him. But I know that he's here in spirit, and I know that he's pretty proud. I learned a little too late, but at the same time, I'm so grateful that, after his passing, that I was able to learn more and at least being excited and to learn about plant medicine just to find a different way. So I'm grateful to him. That's the reason why I named my business Chasing Hawks Botanicals. Um, it, I saw a lot of hawks, and sometimes I feel like they come visit me, and they're all around. And after he passed, I kind of felt like a crazy woman, because I'd be driving down and I'd see driving down the street and I'd see a hawk and I'd started chasing them. And so that's kind of just stuck with me, chasing hawks. And so I do, every time I see my logo, I think of my dad, and he was just a great father. He taught me a lot about who I am, and just about kindness and love. And so that's what I'm so grateful to him for.
And this is Harley to you, by the way.
Oh,
Beautiful translation, Dawn of the Rose.
yes, Dawn of the Rose. I'm also White Rose. White Dawn it's White Rose as well. Yeah, thank you. I just learned to love my name. I never liked it growing up, but I think the older we get, we learn to love ourselves more, and love everything, even our names or our hair, things that we were so insecure about before. That I just love as we age how much more confident you are. Yeah.
Oh, what is this? What was that? Send 3 drops also advantageous for autism, cancer, arthritis, rheumatism. Is that moringa that you're talking about?
3 drops also advantageous.
For autism, cancer, arthritis, rheumatism. Yeah, wasn't sure.
We'll have to look into that.
Okay. Like I said, she missed you on that Monday. So if you want to talk to her with mediumship, I'm sure she'd love to hear from you on that. She's getting a picture of your dad. So, and she's very good. Um, he is
I'm sure
whisper and very gentle. I don't know what you meant by cherry D, but um,
either cherry tea.
oh, oh, and you mentioned roses, and to me, rose hips has a lot of vitamin C in them. Do you do anything with the rose hips?
Rose hips, yes, it's well known for has lots of antioxidants as well. So I do. I don't work too much with it, but I do know that Southwest Herb has it, and I mean you could use it. It's just rich in antioxidants and for a lot of different types of healing modalities as well.
Sorry, with your name, I always think that, oh, she knows everything about roses.
Well, yeah, because it's in my name, but yes, I do work a lot with roses, rose petals, rosebud, um, and so yeah, they also have they're rich in antioxidants, carry a lot of vitamin C. So yeah, just beautiful plants that we just don't think of can be beneficial for us. They're just yeah, they're great. It
Was a typo provided by my
was a
dear.
typo. Yeah, I just read that in another way. Oh wow.
Oh, either her dad or another male. That's what you meant. Another male. Okay.
My dear. Oh wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, she's very good at that. Um, so we talked a lot about those herbs, and you had mentioned some other herbs that are mesquite. What do you do with mesquite? You were mentioning mesquite.
So mesquite powder, it's similar to the prickly pear cactus as well. Mesquite powder, they're really good for the immune system, and they contain a lot of antioxidants. They're rich in minerals. A lot of the desert plants are. I usually just sell it in powder form to make tea. So it's usually about 1 teaspoon per cup of hot water. And you can take that daily, take turns with it. There's people that that don't like the flavor of mesquite powder. They rather use mesquite honey. Um, but you can use mesquite powder, and you can actually use mesquite powder and put mesquite honey in it. So you get a double dose of it. But yes, I do work with mesquite, yucca, and yucca root. They're all about pretty much similar in the vitamin C and rich in vitamins. So you have to do some research on that to see what works well for you and to see what's more economical as well. I do know that some of the roots, for example, mesquite, it's not as easy to get your hands on it. So when you do, buy it because it will at least have that in your home, just different types of medicine, just different types of vitamins. You can make a lot of things like the mesquite powder. I use it. I make pancakes for the kids, and I add the mesquite powder in the pancakes. And I just, kids, they're so picky. So I just love to secretly hide all those things inside so they have no idea what they're taking. But yes, all the desert inspired plants, like I said, they're just really good for us, for our bodies. If we live in the environment, we might as well, take in what's good for us. If I were to move to somewhere else out of the country, then I believe that my body eventually would adapt to that environment, and then I could incorporate a lot of different other herbs that are abundant in that area.
Now, I know you talk about mesquite powder. Now, about 10, 15, maybe even 20 years ago, there was a very big push on mesquite flour, mean ground. So I don't know if that's the powder, but it comes from the beans of the mesquite tree, and there's certain times of the year that you pick those and turn. I don't know if it's just the seed, but
It's
or
the
the pod itself. It's the whole
It's
pod.
the pods, yes, and that's what I meant by mesquite powder. It's the
Okay.
mesquite. It's the powder from the pods, and you can bake with it. I know that my husky outside, he loves to chew on them all day, so I know he's getting in some nutrition. But yes, it's they make mesquite powder. You can make any kind of baking. You could bake with it. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. I'm sure it has many more medicinal purposes. Can't remember it all off the top of my head here. There's a lot of them, but yes, it is. They're all beneficial. Just look into any kind of cactus medicine. And I'm sure it'll serve well for not just people in Arizona. Obviously, I know
Right.
this is from all over, and it just what I find with desert medicine or desert plants is just that it's super grounding. It just feels really grounding. It feels comforting. I just made a new friend about a month ago. I met her at Southwest Herb Shop, but her name's Diane, and she's awesome. She's been an energy healer for over 30 years. And I had the chance to meet with her last week, and I gifted her some of my soaps, and I was just so happy to hear. She called after 3 showers and said, "I love your moringa dandelion soap." She said that she just felt so grounded, and it has an earthy scent to it, and she just felt so grounded. And that coming from an energy healer, I was really so grateful to hear that. So, like I said, it's just very comforting. I love the desert. Um, I'm around the desert all the time. I don't know if I told you, but I'm a volunteer over at Desert Botanical Garden as well. I
We didn't see you. I was there last Saturday. No,
really
last Friday for the
okay.
farm.
Okay,
They had a farm fundraiser. I was
yeah.
over there.
All
It,
right. Yeah,
it
I love
was
there. I've been there for this year will be about 5 years that I've been there, and I've just helped there in the garden, helped in the library, in the lab, and then also I'm part of the saguaro inventory team. So there we are able to measure and evaluate the saguaros. It's just a fun project that we do. So I just love being amongst all of them. Like I said, just as the moringa is grounding, the saguaros also, they feel so
yes.
protective. And the natives would say that that the saguaros are our ancestors, so they do have um, this beautiful spirit to them. They're a protective, beautiful spirit to them, and so that's why I just have so much love for all the cacti, because they're here to protect us, and beautiful spirits, and everything that's living is just it's just so beautiful, just that we should respect everything that we do have.
Yeah, and they do look like soldiers on the mountains and the hills around us because they are. It's like they're standing there waiting to protect.
Yes.
But I want to mention one other thing about mesquite, that the powder, the flour, whatever you want to call it, has 19 grams of protein in it. So I can understand why your dog loves to chew on it because it has such great protein. And it is not animal based protein, it is plant based protein. So if you're ever out in the desert and you need something to eat, I would suggest grab a pod and chew on it. It might not be the best tasting thing, but
You'll get
it'll
your
work,
protein in.
yeah, and help keep you going. And KK has heard, KK is in Oregon. She has 5 horses. I've heard you can put small piles of herbs out for a horse and they will intuitively go to the herbs their body needs. I want to try it. So when you try it, please let us know and what symptoms they might have had and where did they go? Which ones did they choose? That would be great. I'm sure that Girly will be the first one to do that. Ooh, what was that?
There was a notification on my
Oh,
computer.
okay. I heard a high pitch. Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't know that. Piles of herbs on a That's interesting.
There might be you might be able to help heal horses. So that wow. That's a good thing around here. There's a lot of people do with horses and so having the herbs, I like that idea though. What was the thing? So normally we take a break and we do readings. Now, um, Rose is not accustomed with doing readings. She is intuitive, but she hasn't practiced. So if you have any questions of anything, we can work together and see what we can do for you. But if you have any symptoms that you would like to correct, and I would like to encourage Katie that I know you're recovering from surgery, so if you would like to ask questions, please do so as far as what you need. And Victor from Sweden wanted to let you know one thing been learning it comes to autism is that dragon's blood has been working wonders for him. So,
Oh, wow. That's good to know.
so if anybody has any questions, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. And she gladly reading me. I don't know what readings she can give you. You have to ask a question, Victor. And anything to do with herbs or what's going on with you would be best at this time. Hold on a minute. Here we go. Okay. We'll do our best. She'll do her best. Victor. Anybody else? Uh, just whatever comes to you. Okay. Don't go crazy. Don't worry about it. If anything comes to you, what lesson or what information? Because I was going to say the universe has the lessons, not us.
Is he asking a question? I'm not sure exactly what.
He's asking you, what does he need for now?
What does he need for now? For what? For his ailment?
I don't know. He just wants to know what you get for him. Tune into his energy, and do you get anything at all? That's what he's asking.
I do not. I'm not there yet.
Wait, hopefully she'll be coming to Tuesday night class so we can help her with that. She gets a lot of things, but it's usually in a different environment. She's not used to this environment. Southwest Herbs, I'm sure she can tune in a lot easier. But
Yes. Maybe in person and just the energy and yes. But I like I said, I'm not familiar with this type of platform or anything like that just yet. But I would love to learn more because I do feel that my intuition is it's been a lot stronger, and I love it. It's just all new gifts that are coming in.
But we don't want to overwhelm her right now. It's just, if something's going on with you, something is happening with any of you, like Katie, how are you doing? Where are you at with your recovery? Um, Rachel, I know you're in. How's the baby? How are you doing? Is anything happening? Kay, and she says your soap sounds divine. I don't know which one, but she says it sounds divine. Oh, have you worked with rose petals on some of your stuff too?
Yes, I have. I have a rose petal lip balm that has been super popular. It's made out of rose petals and coconut oil, and it's just a really nice scent. I also I just finished a new product. It's a rose oil. It's rose oil with infused in jojoba oil. I put some castor oil to so it can penetrate. And I use it as a facial, a body oil. Just any kind of beauty, any kind of skin irritation, just a moisturizer. Roses or so. It can be super expensive to buy this rose essential oil. But you can do it you can make oil from your home. You can infuse the actual rose petals and keep it in a nice, dark, warm area. Not warm area, cool area, where you can infuse that oil and take the medicinal properties from it. And you don't necessarily have to buy the essential oil. But I do love to work with roses. It's just, it's beautiful. It's just it's been used for thousands of years too, in Egypt for beauty regimens. And so yes, I called it the Empress Elixir. So
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, just trying to get that. There you go. Look at a person and receive messages from beyond as to what products they may need that you offer.
do you know, I have not, I've done that with my family, with my children. And that's what have felt comfortable so far. I would love to be able to do that for other people. But I'm learning as I go, and I feel, like I said, I'm receiving more. I feel like I'm being guided. I do have that feeling. I feel like my intuition, when I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll think of a recipe to make, some kind of, body soap or a tea that I put together. And I'll wake up in the morning and just make it. And sometimes I wonder, and I look back and I see all the amazing things that I made. And that's why I know I'm doing it, because they weren't all my ideas. So eventually I'll get there. I'd love to be back on once I get that a little bit stronger, the intuition stronger.
Well, I do want to remind you that what you gifted Diane was for her greatest and highest good, and you might not have known it, but you were encouraged to pick what you picked for her. So, yeah.
True.
So it's expanding. It's
Yeah.
expanding one person at a time, which is great.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's good. Again, if you guys have any symptoms, let me know. And I thank you because jojoba might be the right oil for me. I don't know. I'm going to have to try that next. Is
I
just,
hope so.
I've tried so many and I'm getting tired of feeling such dry skin. Adding magnesium products, not products per se, but when I was at Southwest Herbs, I did get told what that I should take the skin, the tea for all of that, the skin, nails tea. But it had one product in there that I know I have a bad reaction to.
Hmm.
So
So would
I
you,
got,
do you know which one? Do you know which herb?
yeah, horsetail.
Okay.
And so I got all the other ingredients and put it together. It's just I haven't taken the time. I need another jar, gallon jar, so that I can make some sun tea
Mm-hmm.
out of it and then drink from that, because I felt really good after I had a gallon's worth of it. So I've got to keep doing that. And there's a big market for anti-aging products. Many mention natural products. Have you worked with any of this?
No, I have not. I have not. And but I'm really excited, and I can't wait to work with any other markets that may do that. I'm not
Well,
sure exactly where would that be or what. There's a big There's big
well,
market, okay, for anti
just
products mentioned. Oh, have you worked with any of this? Okay.
well, basically the what herbs would be anti-aging, and what can you put together to create something for anti-aging?
Well, as for myself, I don't mind mentioning my age, so because I'm proud of my age, but I'm 48 years old, and I don't do the whole aesthetic, appointments or anything like that. I want to age naturally. Like I said, since I had that breast implant illness, I will never touch a doctor or go and do any kind of, I just do not, I want to do everything myself and just age naturally, like I said. So what I do use is I like to incorporate myrrh resin, and frankincense oil to my face, because those both are natural beauty, anti-aging, that's been used for thousands of years. I mean, it goes back to Egypt, and when a lot of women would use them in beauty products. So like I said, I use the butterfly pea flower and the myrrh resin that I add to it. That is a really, that one's a little pricier because it takes, it costs more money to make it. If you just buy myrrh essential oil or frankincense, it could be costly. But if you do get it and use it and you're able to mix it in with, like I said, other types of oils, and you can get that and it'll last a lot longer. So I do use it at night, every night. I wash my face and then I add in my oils. And I've just been really happy. There's a lot of people that think that, some people that are healthy and that look great, that you're out getting surgical things done or, all kinds of facials and all that. But I'm really simple. I don't do any of it. I love to do that myself. I cut my own hair and, I just do everything. Like I said, make moisturizers and just find different ways to, whiten my teeth, or just everything that has, I just love to do everything from home. But there are several natural anti-aging things, products. You could go on my website and see some of those as well.
Okay. And Angie from A5 says, my mom swears by cocoa butter, just pure cocoa butter, stick on her face. Now, I know they sell cocoa butter at Southwest Herbs.
They do.
Have you utilized that at all?
I do, but I do add that into I make beard balms for men for facial hair. It softens the hair. I add it into salves that I make as well. I make a golden child healing salve that I make as well. And for kids, it's just a gentle herbal salve. And so I do like to add cocoa butter for a lot. I've never just used that product just alone, but I have incorporated into the medicine that I make.
And besides breathing exercises, is there suggestion of any natural products for anxiety or the jitters, or anxiousness or the jitters?
Yes. Just before today's interview, I took in some motherwort just for the nervousness. So I know there are several different herbs for that. There's so many things that you can do for anxiousness. One of my go-tos is lemon balm. Lemon balm is really good for anxiety and just to calm the nervous system. You can incorporate lavender. Aside from breathing, I would say walking. That's what I do every day. I walk every day, whether I'm feeling good or not. A lot of walking, and walking just heals. That'll help with anxiousness. Sometimes I start my walk with a certain attitude, and by the time I'm done with it, I'm totally thinking something else, and that's what calms it seems like it's just all, like I said, walking, sunlight, those are the free, and those are the things that sometimes work the best. Those are the natural healing benefits that we have, is just our environment, where we put ourselves in.
And
grapes.
Yeah, I don't know if she's making a joke, if it's called grape juice or wine, but liquid grapes helps with jitters. But yeah, but I know you use lemon balm. My son loves lemon balm. I can't always keep it growing here because we have, it can get too hot, so you have to be very careful.
One thing I forgot to mention, Julie, is about the moringa leaf. And So, like I said, it's like a multivitamin, natural multivitamin. It does contain a lot of minerals and vitamins. And sometimes I've, with clients and other people, family members, sometimes we may have some kind of issue going on with us that we just don't know, whether it be, you know, I don't know, let's just say a body pain, aches, headaches or whatever it is. A lot of times people will go, and to the doctor and for these types of reasons. And um, since moringa has all the vitamins and minerals, that's the first thing that I would suggest doing is taking is add all the vitamins and minerals that you need in your body daily for some time. And that might just work for whatever it is that's happening, because sometimes we feel that, we have pain or something's going on with us, but it might just be a mineral deficiency or a vitamin that we need. And so if we incorporate all that, that may take away a lot of the issues and problems that we had before seeking professional help. So I feel that the first thing to do, or the first thing I always recommend to everyone, is get yourself some really good nutrition first. That might help with the ailment. You may not have what you think you have. Do you know what I mean? A lot of times, like in our lives, we may, like say for example, we get in a fight with a family member, or stuck in traffic, a road rage, whatever it is, and we go get a blood work done. Of course, there might be something. They might tell you, okay, you have high blood pressure, or you have this, or you have that, and it's not necessarily that. It's just all the stuff that you just went through. I mean, of course, it's going to cause, so like I said, those things that we just have to calm down and look for different things in our home or plant medicine that can work for us before we run out and get any kind of prescriptions, or having to get blood work done, or any of that. I'm not against that. I'm just saying that there are so many things that we can do before we have to do that.
Yeah. No, and I agree. And one thing about going to a doctor's appointment, that's when our blood pressure goes up because of the anxiety.
Yes.
What's
Yes.
going to happen? So, I mean, every time I go to one, oh, your blood pressure is high. It'll come down. That's what I tell them.
Yeah.
And I get home. I think the last time I went home after one, it was 115/70. It's like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there anymore. So,
Hibiscus, I recommend. Look up hibiscus flower. Taking 2-3 cups of hibiscus if you have high blood pressure um, lowers it. Definitely.
who was the one that I felt like the benefits stopped working? Okay. Is that the one you were talking about?
What's that?
She was saying that I used to take moringa, and after a few weeks, I felt like the benefits stopped working. Is there something to help with this dip?
Not that I know of, but I do know, just like with anything, for example, I heard this quote years ago, and this is kind of like how I live. What I live by is everything in moderation, including moderation. So, for example, let's say a shampoo. It's always recommended to, after you're using a shampoo for a certain amount of time, it's good to switch to a different brand so that it starts working even better. And then you go back to your favorite, just like moringa, a water, moringa, anything that you take, everything should be taken in moderation. It's a safe thing to take. It doesn't mess with any kind of medications or prescriptions. But I've never known of any kind of dip like with it, but I would suggest, if you feel that, maybe completely stop the moringa for a week or two. Just completely stop it and incorporate, different types of foods that you might get that nutrition from, and then start the moringa back up again. And that might get you, energy going. I mean, like I said, there might be other things going on with your life that maybe you think that it's not working as well. Or maybe if someone's drinking alcohol or doing other things that might not like let the moringa actually, or they're not going to feel the benefits of the moringa if you're incorporating different things. So maybe take a little break, take a week or two off, and then start it back up again and see how.
Okay, and you were talking, is this the one you were talking about, the hibiscus?
Hibiscus for high blood pressure.
Okay.
Hibiscus for high blood pressure.
Okay, that's good.
Mhm.
But for sinuses, which can bring about a headache, now I suggest peppermint essential oil just to breathe it in for your sinuses. It'll help
Yep.
clear them up. I also do an acupressure to clear out the sinuses. Remember, sinuses are part of your lymphatic system, so definitely keep that moving. Because once that gets stagnant, it can really cause problems beyond sinus problems. So, gotta be careful with that. So, anything else for sinuses besides?
Do you know exactly what you just said? I do a lot of facial massages around the nose area. I know that the back of your head area, if you do a great massages in the back of your head, neck area, like you said, for the lymphatic system, just the sides of your face, your neck, and things that you can do. Like I said, just if you have a stuffy nose, just by massaging a little by your cheeks and your nose and all that area, and then incorporating, whether it be hot peppermint tea or peppermint essential oil, put it a little bit under your nose, or do breathing exercises with the peppermint. You could always get, something to put the peppermint oil on, or just smell it and put it on a cloth, whatever it is, while you're doing your breathing exercises. That's definitely going to help with sinuses as well. I mean, there are so many things that you can do for sinuses, but I would recommend a gentle approach to it, which would be massage, peppermint oil, moving your lymphatic system.
And walking is a great way to move your lymphatic system too. It keeps
Yes.
it.
I do a lot of rebounding as well. After my illness, since there may have been like silicone in my body, I bought a rebounder. I'm on my third one already, and I love it. If you get a small trampoline, so a rebounder, you could get one from anywhere, and you do that. Just even if it's a few minutes a day. Sometimes while I'm cleaning my house, I'll go out and jump for a few minutes, come back in, clean a little more. I'll jump back in. If I'm feeling a little tired, I'll go outside, jump on it. It just gives me energy, but it's really good for the lymphatic system. So I would suggest getting a rebounder to keep us healthy.
Yeah. And Victor says, Rose, you've been doing fantastic. Been just calming to listen to this. You're in the transformation stage. Transformation. Because he's an intuitive and empath and all. Okay.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to hear.
Let's see. So, and she talked about the hibiscus tea. Hibiscus and blood orange tea is delicious and refreshing. I do like hibiscus tea. I haven't had one with blood orange, but that sounds good too. What might be good for increasing your metabolism?
Moringa, for sure. I would suggest moringa, metabolism. Just like I said, just a balance in life. There's not one thing that can help with metabolism. It would be definitely your lifestyle and what you do, how many hours of sleep you get at night, the food that you consume, just all that everything has to do with it. And unfortunately, it's not an easy thing to do to try to live a balanced life. But if we do incorporate all these things, it just makes life a lot easier. But I would say metabolism, moringa does have gives you a lot of energy, and it's really good for your immune system. So I would suggest that's, like I said, is just a beautiful tree that I have a lot of faith in, and I know that definitely try to incorporate that and see how your metabolism works after.
And I thought this question, not being, I don't know, but Would peppermint in hot chocolate work the same as peppermint tea? I know my answer to that, but what do you say to that?
I think the peppermint and the hot chocolate is awesome. It tastes good. I've had it before too. But if I'm going to use it for medicinal purposes, I would suggest, taking it with water. And it's like I'm going to go back to what I said about everything in moderation, including moderation. From what I understand, with that quote, is that, it's okay to indulge sometimes. You want to have that.
Yep. Oh, got frozen again.
Have it, because that's also healthy if we indulge in herbal smoke, even, a small glass of wine, on a special occasion, or any of that, even buying something unnecessary, but if it makes you happy, all those things are a way of keeping balance as well. So you don't always have to have this strict diet or strict. Mostly we should be balanced by doing all those things, but every now and then, if we do have a treat, it's okay. It's just keep going and keep incorporating all those good things in your body. So
Yeah, and the syrup, the peppermint syrup, has a lot of sugar in it. Just so you know,
yeah.
that's the only bad thing. But indulging a little at a time, yeah.
I've been really liking the coconut palm sugar as well. I used to use a lot of the agave, but I know that that can get pretty sweet. So coconut palm sugar, if you want to mix it in a hot cup of peppermint tea, that'll work. That'll work too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, and I'm really appreciative about all that you've been talking. Um, there's so much more. Like I said, those who are recovering. Rachel had a child in September. Um, she might be colicky. I know my niece is colicky. She was born on February 5th. So, and we don't want to give herbs to children, no, but there might be something that we could. I don't mean burning, but some aromatherapy that we could use that might be helpful as well. So, what do you think about that? Any aromatherapy or something that for children? Because you talked about children
Yes.
doing things for them.
I'm a mother of 4 children, and I have 3 grandchildren. So I do. It's not one; it's the other. That's one. They always have something going on. But I would, I always like to try a more gentle approach with babies, especially any kind of massage around the tummy area, or even. I love to massage feet, the children's feet. I mean, we just have all our organs are like based on reflexology. I'm not too familiar with it, but I do know that, you even can figure out what kind of ailment, what kind of disease you have by feeling the foot, feeling the knots or the area where, the heart may be, or lungs, or any of that. So there's areas for the digestive system right between the foot area that you can also, gently rub on the babies and stuff. And just like I said, I don't think that any kind of herbs, aside from like maybe chamomile or something really gentle for a baby, maybe just make it give them a few teaspoons of it instead of like a regular cup for an adult. But yes, a lot of that, and just laughter and happiness and music. And a lot of times when my kids, like, they're not doing well this week, everyone has a cold or something going on, there's sore throats and coughing, so I'll make sure to put music on, or whether it be like high frequency music as well, that helps calm the nervous system for us adults, children, even my pets. I'll put on, if they feel a little anxious, I'll put on high, some kind of frequency music, healing frequency, to kind of calm the nervous system. So there's just a lot of things that we can do. Not necessarily just plant medicine or an herb. It's just all of it, all those wonderful things.
That's great. Is there anything else you do for your dogs? I know you talked about them chewing on um, a mesquite pod. Is there anything you do just for pets?
Um, well, I like to give them a lot of love. They give it to me right back. I give them attention as much as I can. But I also I have 3 cats, and I give them, they love coconut oil. We all know that cats love coconut oil. It's really good for their digestive, for their coats. Um, so I do, but aside from that, I think that, just animals, that just as much as us adults or people, we all need, have to have some kind of social life and communication, and, look them in the eyes, and, just acknowledge who, that they're special, that there's someone, it's just, well, someone, but yeah, I do. I do my best and try to, bathe them, and just care for them in that way. I don't do anything, you know, beyond what most people do with pets.
And Harley says, any thoughts on plant-based sugars such as monk fruit, date sugar, coconut sugar? And you already mentioned coconut sugar. Although natural, are they safer than regular sugar?
I would say definitely yes, safer than regular sugar. Like I said, I used to use the agave a lot. Now everything that if I do want to sweeten my coffee or anything kind of recipe, I'm using the coconut palm sugar. You can find that at any health food store. It's great. It doesn't have any kind of weird taste to it or anything. It's just amazing. I love it. And I've only been using it for about 6 months now. And so I would definitely recommend coconut palm sugar and date sugar as well. Date sugar, I use date syrup for pancakes instead of just regular syrup. But you could also use, like I said, everything in moderation, everything in moderation. If you want to use a little bit of maple syrup, but basically the rest of the ingredients that you put in your meal are pretty healthy, it's okay to have just a little bit.
And have you tried monk fruit at all?
I have. I am familiar with monk fruit. I don't have it in my home now, but I do. I'm familiar with monk. I don't know all the benefits of it, but I do know that monk fruit can be good for you as well, and just another natural sweetener. I mean, it's all of it's better than regular sugar.
Yes. And of course, I'm going to mention, because you are a gardener, have you tried stevia, growing your own? And
Yes, I don't grow my own stevia, but I do have stevia that I do add. I do have it in one of the jars here, but I will, sometimes when I make, for example, like the moringa tea bags, I make the moringa, there's so that people won't, I do make it just pure moringa leaves, or I do add a little bit of stevia leaf inside the moringa, just very little, so that when you do make your cup of tea, you don't have to put any sweetener in it. It already has the stevia with the leaf, and stevia is a leaf, and so it just looks like the moringa anyway. And I add very little, and so that you don't have to put your own sweetener. You could already have it in the tea bag.
because if you ever grow your own and you use it, I would start small, because I used a half a leaf. I had to get down to half a leaf because it is really sweet when you
Yeah.
use a
Yes.
whole something. So
Yeah, that's why I put very little inside, just to maybe, just very little, just to give it that sweet taste. I usually don't drink my tea with any kind of
yeah,
sweeteners. I'm used to it. I love it just like that. But there's a lot of people that need to add sweeteners instead of adding honey and anything else. You can just add a little bit of stevia leaf, and it's ready to go.
yeah. So that's good that you talk about the sweeteners as well, because it is a big deal. So many people are trying to get off of sugar, and I've utilized, and a lot of the people here know, mushrooms, and I'm talking lion's mane. There's a tri-blend with cordyceps, reishi, and I forgot the other one at this moment. But I do those. And the ones with reishi help you sleep, and the ones, the lion's mane, to me, I was told don't take lion's mane at night. Actually, it helps me at night. It helps me whenever I need it. And lion's mane, to me, is the main reason I'm off of sugar now, is because I took it when, in the afternoon, when I started craving sugar, I would take that. And
Nice.
do you capsulize any of those? Any of the mushrooms?
I've capsulized shiitake mushroom. Not a lot of people are familiar with a lot of the mushrooms, which I plan on learning more about as well. I do have reishi, shiitake, mushrooms. Let's see, what else do I have? Uh, yeah, off the top of my head, yeah, I have worked with mushrooms. I just feel like the mushrooms are really good for like they're the kings of it's I believe it's Rishi is known the known as the king of life of mortality. They so it's just really good to incorporate those, especially if you have people that have more serious ailments as well. I would look into mushrooms for that. I don't want to say too much because I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say, but I
You can
do.
say as much as you want. We're not talking about magic mushrooms. We're just talking about medicinal mushrooms.
Mhm.
And I, at times, not lately, but I do a Tuesday morning with Elevated by Claudine. Claudine is considered the mushroom lady in Glendale. She has her own shop, Elevated by Claudine. She helps people get off of pharmaceuticals of any kind, and but yet some can be tremendously good for you. Yes, and the shiitake has the highest level of magnesium of any of the mushrooms. So shiitake is very good for you, extremely good for you. So I have learned a lot in the last 2 years and working with Claudine. So yeah,
Yeah. Even the magic mushrooms has its medicinal purposes.
they
You know,
do.
everything in small dosages and under professional care, and then to incorporate that, I believe that that can be healing as well. So
Yes, it is.
there's so many mushrooms and leaves and barks and stuff that we aren't even familiar with, but they all have. I believe that nature, they all have their healing effects that could help us. So definitely, if you have any kind of ailment, do some research, figure it out. Nowadays we can chat GPT or Google everything, and we can get a lot of information, or go to the library. I love going to the library and searching up old articles and stuff like that that could help uh, get more familiar with the medicine.
and and talk to other people who have used it. Like I said, Claudine, she's helped people get off of a lot of pharmaceuticals through mushrooms and other things. And I'm sure that if you got a hold of Rose and let her know exactly what's going on, she would help you. Like, I think this would be best for you. She's been through things, and so she's healed herself. So, whatever our empirical knowledge is, our empirical evidence that we've been through can help you. And she's been through her things. So, please, that's why communication and connections is important, because connect, share, and inspire. Please allow her to inspire you to do it yourself, but also touch base with her and see what's worked with her and what has worked with others that she's helped heal. Because it's a practitioner like Rose is important these days. Very, a lot more important than it has been, because I think a lot of us are getting um, not alienated per se, but are second guessing the diagnoses that we're receiving and the practices of the supposed professionals. And we are not certified, medical certified, other than she has her certifications in herbs and stuff, but we're not certified in Western medicine. So now you were talking by Ayurveda, Veda. Did you, is that from India or where is that coming from?
Yes, that's based. That's a Indian medicine. Like I said, I love all types of ancient medicine, but Ayurveda emphasizes a lot in just how to have balance and what you consume daily. Like I said, just the whole mind, body, spirit. So I'm still a student of Ayurveda. I just love, I've bought cookbooks, Ayurvedic cookbooks as well. So once you figure out what your dosha is, what's best for you, you could figure out what type of food that you should be eating as well. So I definitely can help anyone that wants to reach out, and they can give me some of their information and kind of like who they are and how they live or what's going on, and maybe we can think of a good maybe a diet, or at least recommend some things. Like I said, I don't want to. I don't know everything, and I'm learning, and we all learn from each other. And there may be something that works for one person but doesn't work for another person. But that's how we learn, and we just figure it out ourselves, and just by sharing. And I'm just like over at Southwest Herb. There's a lot of us herbalists there, and we all have different knowledge, and we're all able to help each other. If we forget, oh, I forgot what this herb, and there's someone else there to back us up. And there's just, I love it, because just like gardening, plants and flowers and whatever, you never stop learning. I've worked with master gardeners that have been gardeners for over 40 years, and they're still learning. There's things and tips and tricks that they never even heard of. And so that's what it is. It's just like plant medicine. There's certain things that we can do that sound weird to take, but they're very helpful. So, yeah.
And even doctors are practicing. We all are practicing. Whatever we've chosen to do, we are practicing it. And we are not masters of it yet. And to me, there's so many things to learn.
Yes, there sure is. It's
If you're
never
not,
ending.
yes, never ending. If you don't learn something new every day, then what are you here for?
Yeah.
So many things come to you. Just walking in the store that day and wanting to interview people, and then Cheryl introduced me to Rose, and it was like, oh yeah, perfect. And I love moringa. And you had mentioned making a moringa tincture. Have you done that?
I have. So I do have a moringa tincture. I do. I use that every now and then when I start feeling like, just for example, all my kids are sick right now. I'll have some moringa tincture. It's just stronger. I use it, infuse it with. You can infuse it with different types of alcohol. I would suggest using something over, 100, or the volume to be over 100 to actually pull the medicine out of the moringa. But it's that and moringa oil. You could also infuse it in glycerin or anything like that. So the moringa is just, you could just use it in so many ways, and try to incorporate it just as much as possible, and the way you feel comfortable in doing it. So.
Now, what is the moringa oil? How do you obtain moringa?
So there's moringa oil that you can purchase. It can be costly. I don't have the machine just yet because I have not had time, since I'm all over the place. But there's an actual an oil press that you can purchase. You need a lot of moringa seeds in order to make that oil. So you get an oil press, and you can press the seeds and make oil. Like I said, you need tons of it. what I do use here in my home is I infuse, let me show you here. I infuse the moringa oil,
Sorry.
moringa leaves, excuse me, with a carrier oil. So here, for example, again, I use jojoba oil.
Okay.
And this has been sitting for at least 3 weeks now. And so that I will get it and I'll, strain it and use it for any kind of skin irritations or in a moisturizer, or just like I said, the massaging the bottom of the feet. It's a good massage oil. So yeah, just infusing the leaves. You can do so much with it,
Now, which alcohol did you use for the tincture that you
I
currently
use vodka. I
Vodka.
use vodka. Yeah, I use
A lot of
vodka.
people do recommend using vodka for it because I think it's more pure than a lot of
Yes.
other alcohols. So,
hmm I
which
know a
helps.
lot of herbalists that work with whiskey and other types of. I haven't done that yet,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty comfortable with the vodka for now.
Now, you had mentioned glycerin. Um, Doing a tincture in glycerin. Have you thought about doing that or?
I have not, but I do know of a lot of people that work with glycerin. Um, I just have not, but I know that that's something that you can also
Okay.
use. Yeah.
Because I might work on that. The reason why is because I was married, two different ones, alcoholics. So I do my best to stay away from alcohol when it's in something like that. But yes, there are a few tinctures that only come with alcohol and they don't have a glycerin equivalent. So you got to do what you got to do. I would rather be healthy and whole than worry about glycerin and alcohol.
Right. Or you could just take it, like I said, in tea form, powder form, as you're doing already. You're getting a lot of that nutrition already inside your body. So it's not necessary you don't have to do it in tincture form. I really, my go to is just more simple and natural, and making a tea or taking a little cup of water, putting the powder in it, or in my smoothies. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I took mullein because you can do mullein tea, you can do it in different ways, but handling mullein can be very irritating to your skin. So I decided to go with the tincture,
Mm.
and the tincture helped. I took it for 1 month and all my symptoms were gone, but I didn't, no, I think it lasted 2 weeks. Um, However how long it lasted, it finally, everything went when I was done with that tincture. So it was great. So that's why I'm hoping to use moringa tincture to see how that does. But if you said it's stronger than other ways of taking it, I would definitely be careful on how I take it. And Angie, if you want to take moringa again, maybe the tincture might be advantageous to you. It might boost it for you and work again. I don't know. Does it change the taste in the smoothie? Slightly, but not enough to bother me, not enough to change it. Again, it changes the color more than it changes the taste. I know because I've been adding moringa to my smoothie for, I don't know, 5 years or so, something like that.
I think it has a similar taste to like wheatgrass as
Yeah.
well. It's just this grassy flavor. You'll get used to it. It's not bad at all.
No. Some
It's,
people don't like it, but like she said, it's not that bad. It really isn't. It's
yeah.
fun. Yeah. Like I said, I use it. So,
I mean, just knowing the benefits of it, and it just makes you okay with the taste. You'll just, or if not, like I said, you can do it in capsule form. That's a
yeah.
lot of people do it in capsule form.
Hmm.
Take it in capsule form.
And I know when I take capsules of mushrooms, I taste those mushrooms too. So you'll be tasting the moringa, but it goes down quickly in capsule form. Um, I was going to say something about the moringa too, but yeah, it outweighs the taste, and the more you think about it, the more is, oh, what is it going to taste like? No, just take it and it'll be fine. You won't even notice it most of the time. I don't notice it anymore. I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm actually going to have a few goodies over at my class. So if anyone, I would love to see any new faces, but I do have some gifts. I have some moringa soap that I'm going to be giving out, and some cookies, moringa, that has delicious cookies that have moringa in
Oh,
them. I'm going to give away, tell you all the gifts that I have, but I do have quite a few things, and you're going to be able to leave with your moringa starter plant, and you'll be able to. I'll give you extra seeds, so in case it dies, you can grow another one. So I have plenty of seeds to share, and I would love to, like I said, to see anyone there. I would love. I'm going to teach you how to grow it, harvest it, and how to use it for medicinal purposes.
okay. And yes, moringa and protein powder in a smoothie together are fine. It won't counteract each other or contradict each other. They'll be fine.
Yep.
So, um, and what was the other thing? Um, oh, a lot of people are concerned about how a tree grows because pine trees can grow underneath your house and different things like that. Mulberry trees are very invasive. How does a moringa tree grow?
Well, I just heard from a friend that they got rid of their moringa. The only person that I know of that got rid of the moringa tree only because of the fact that it was too messy. Her husband said it was a little too messy. I'm okay with the mess, but another friend asked just recently. I have only one area for moringa tree that's close to a wall area, and I had told her that my mom has this amazing moringa tree that's right against the wall as well, and so it's unlike the mesquite, which is the taproot goes about 150 feet down, I believe,
I was gonna say,
and it's just a stronger root that it might not be recommended close to a fence area. But the moringa is very flexible, and the root system is very flexible, and even having it grow by a fence or anything like that, even a block fence, it's not going to do any harm. It's going to find its way. It's going to find its way. The roots are going to find its way, and it'll be fine. And that tree will grow, and in about a year, it'll be at least 15 feet high. I mean, the moringa tree goes super fast. And if you plant a seed, within 5 to 7 days, you already have your little seedling, and you just, start nurturing it, taking care of it. Give it a year, and you're gonna be able to sit under it and have shade. Walk by and just grab leaves and eat them. You wash them, of course.
yeah,
But yeah, so I'm going to teach all about that in my class. I have quite a lot of information on it and stuff that'll be helpful.
great. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to go down to Southwest Herbs. I'm not sure if today, but soon, and see what I can do about signing up there. Right now, doing the least amount online with finances is best for me. So, well,
Yeah.
thank you for coming in. I'm so happy to have you today, and I hope everybody got some information out of this. Again, all of her contact information is in the description, so please get a hold of her if you have any questions on herbs, moringa, anything along that lines, and her what she did to heal herself, because hopefully she'll jot it down and write a book. And I think even Harley suggested the name for a book for you. So
Oh, really?
I think
I,
she did.
I
Yeah, I
didn't
think I
see
saw that.
that.
Okay. It was a ways back. So
Okay. Will
Harley,
I be able to see those comments later?
um, they'll always be on, yes, and I will transfer it to a video instead of the live. It'll stay with the live, but I'll send it to a video so you'll have that. And I should be able to save the transcripts for you so you see that. I
Okay.
hope you'll have the chat as well. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you for letting me share my story. I'm so glad for this opportunity, and I hope to see you a lot more often and get on and teach a little more and just kind of, like I said, I started this and I still don't know where it's going to lead me, but I know that it's taking me in the right direction. So I really appreciate you. I'm so
Thank
grateful.
you. And hold on just a minute. We'll say goodbye to everybody else. Thank you, Rose and Julie. This has been informative. Oh, you guys are welcome. And thank you so much for coming in, everyone. Again, please get a hold of her in the information on the description because it's there for you and to help you get a hold of her and all of her products that she has. So thank you so much and have a good one.